Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to work on the entryway table today, decorating that for fall, and we're hopefully going to get into doing a butternut squash soup tonight for dinner, hopefully. It's actually from the Mast brothers cookbook, which I believe they are a family of chocolatiers, so there's actually chocolate and cinnamon in this. I haven't tried it, and actually I still need to get the ingredients, so hopefully we can pull that off today. So I'm excited about that. I also wanted to let you know that I got an upgrade. The camera that I'm vlogging on is not my phone, so hopefully there is better quality. Let me know if you can tell a difference. So the light is starting to come in the living room from the morning, and let's just get started. Also, we don't need to talk about how ridiculous this bun is, because I know it's kind of one of my signatures. Okay, first things first, I've actually piled some miscellaneous things on the entryway table to possibly play with as I'm decorating, but I kind of just left this whole setup since springtime. I think the carrots give it away. But I don't know, I just wasn't really motivated to change it with the summer season or anything like that. So yeah, so I pulled my bins out. There's Blake. And I just have to go through here and kind of figure out what I want to put on the entryway table. And I also have a much needed cup of coffee. Also, another much needed thing to do is clear everything out, wipe it down, so we can start fresh. I will say, just before I put this away, this is one of my favorite finds of this year. I think I got this way back in February of this year, this little antique. I think these are kind of French type of terracotta pots, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, so I love putting the little carrots in here and just making it a little bit more of a garden theme. Also, as I'm clearing things away, if you watched one of my last vlogs, I think it was probably my last one, or maybe it was my Williamsburg one, I mentioned that I got these candles. These are the candle holders that I was talking about. These, I say these because I have two. These are both vintage Laura Ashley. If you can see, oh, I think, is it upside down? I'm looking through the viewfinder. There we go. All right, Laura Ashley. And so they kind of fit, but they don't stay. So that's kind of a bummer. You definitely wouldn't want to have those lit in here. So either I'm gonna have to like cut them down or figure something else out. So anyway, that's that. To wipe this down, I'm using the Meyer spray. This is the fall leaf scent. So love that. Things that I'm going to be working with and putting them on the entryway. I like to decorate with books, if you haven't figured that out by now. So I think I'm going to put those up. And then I recently picked up this kind of terracotta braided wicker kind of vase. And I totally envisioned some fall flowers in there. It was super dusty when I got it. I got it at an antique shop, and it is so dusty. I'm gonna have to go in and really give it a clean, but this is the best I can do for the moment. So I'm probably gonna start with that placement. I normally have like a fall leaf runner that I put at the top, there it is. But I feel like I just wanna kind of go without that this year and do something a little bit fresh. So, and then I also have these flowers that I got, these faux flowers. I got these from Amazon, and the color scheme kind of matches the roses, the rose garland that I got for the coffee bar, so that kind of ties it together, and I'm hoping that they'll go in there, like the length of the stems, like I hope it fits, basically is what I'm saying. So yeah, so I will get started on doing that. Okay, so here's how they came. They came with the wire bent like this so they could fit, and I would think it would probably be best to do this with maybe some chicken wire, just like you would do a normal flower arrangement, because it's kind of, it's not gonna give a lot of height that I was hoping for. I actually don't have any chicken wire, so we're just gonna have to go with it. So yeah, but I'm just gonna keep unbending these and just fill this and just see what it looks like. So I did have these little twist wire things that I got from the garden center for my tomato plants, and I figured that I would just kind of loop it around or bundle them all up and then tie it together. So hopefully that will work. And now I just need to kind of rearrange it again. Oh, that one's really stuck in there. Okay, so I'm gonna fiddle with this a little bit more. So this is what I have ended up with so far. So it's not as tall and like fluffy as I would have hoped, just because of that lack of stability inside. I did put this copper lamp that I got at an antique store, actually the same day that I got that, on the other side here, along with some books. And sorry if you hear my cats running in the background, they are going nuts. Yeah, so I actually have cleaned this at least once with Barkeeper's Friend, the liquid one, to kind of shine it up. I haven't done the bottom portion yet. And I actually do intend on rewiring this at some point, just because it is pretty old and a fire hazard. So you can definitely tell the difference between the top and the bottom. But I just wanted to still put that on the other side and flank the other side of the entryway table. So I'm just kind of pulling some things out of the boxes. I have these wheat taper candle holders, I couldn't think of the name, that I got forever and ever ago at a store called AC Moore, which is no longer in business, sadly. But I do take these out every year. I might put some candlesticks in it, I might not. Sometimes I just kind of keep it as is, and sometimes I change it up and put some candlesticks in there. But I think I'm gonna keep the one on top of the books, at least for now. And I have this leaf bowl. I got this forever ago, apparently at Marshall's. Oh, the price tag's still on it, so yeah. That was a good buy. I use this every year. I love the color and the material. It's a beautiful metal, and I think it's kind of aging a little bit too, and showing some different color among all that copper or bronze or whatever color you want to call that. And then I also took out this. This is from Yankee Candle, probably back in 2012 or 13, I can't remember, but I've had this for forever. This is actually a scent worm, or a wax melt, I can't think of the proper name, but the little lights turn on to the house. It has leaves on the roof. You've got pumpkins on the porch. So I don't use this as a warmer anymore. I just kind of use it as just normal decor. There's a little thing that hangs down and where you put the wax in. So I just took that off, and I think the lights still work. I have to see if the batteries are still working. But yeah, so I'm trying to decide where I might want to put that. Probably at this point on the bottom shelf. I think this is just kind of getting a little full. So yeah, we'll see. I have to do a little bit more digging in my boxes though. Okay, so I pulled out some things from the bin that I might want to use and just kind of fill in the spaces. I might actually forego using these bits just because they're a more natural element, and my boy cat especially likes to bite on these. I don't have an issue with my girl cat going after anything, but he really likes to mess with those kinds of things. So I may or may not keep those out, we'll see. So this is what I have so far. I've kind of, I don't know how to hide the wires, so they're just kind of hanging out. But I have the tart warmer, that's what it's called, tart warmer, right here. And I put a bundle of cotton that I have like on a bouquet. It's like a bouquet of cotton that I just kind of stuck in that pitcher, which I kind of like adding blue elements to my fall decor as well. Then I have these candlesticks right here. And then I decided to keep this bundle of cotton up on the top here, and hopefully it's not too much, but this is what I have going for the top shelf, or whatever you'd like to call it. And then I also put this little apple dish. I don't know if this is silver, or I don't know what kind of material that is, so if you think you know, let me know. So yeah, I put that there, and then I put this little golden apple on top of the books. Again, here are the books I decided to use. I like this color palette with the blues and the dark red and nude, like a nude color. So there's that. So next, I am just going to go through here and decide what elements here that I'd like. This is where I use pumpkins. I like to use apples mostly in the kitchen, but everywhere else there's pumpkins. So I believe we are done. The cords look horrible, but I'm not concerned about hiding those right now. Yeah, so we've got the pumpkins in place. We've got these little patchwork ones, a velvet one, which I think I would like to get a few more of those in a different color. We've got our apples. Let me just try to adjust that. We've got our fall vase. We've got our fall wheat, our fall leaves, dried cotton, our owls. We've got all the elements here. So that is pretty much the entryway, and I did not use these pieces. I think I'm just gonna wait and use these for the dining table, and if I get that set up, I'll show you guys how I do that. I love this brass turkey. Wow, birds. I'm pretty sure I got it at Home Goods probably a year or two ago. So that is definitely going somewhere, probably on the table. So this is the recipe that we're going to be doing tonight through the Mast Brothers Chocolate Family Cookbook. It's such a unique cookbook. I love going through here. I haven't really delved into the recipes yet, so this is going to be really the first one. But this is called Spiced Cocoa Butternut Squash Soup. And I'll just do a little overview of the ingredients here. So there's cocoa powder, cacao nibs, cinnamon, all kinds of yummy things. So it is now evening time and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so you can barely see me, but I'll crouch down a little bit. The first thing that we have to do is peel and seed the butternut squash. Sorry, I'm looking at my little screen and I have to remember to look actually into the camera, so forgive me for that. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. I already started peeling it and we're just gonna cut it into 1-inch cubes and then just roughly chop the onion and 2 cloves of garlic. So that's what we're gonna do. Also, I want to let you know that I've actually never had butternut squash soup ever of any kind. I've never peeled a butternut squash. I've never bought a butternut squash, so this is a first. Just in case this goes horribly wrong, there is a pizza in the freezer. Just to let you know. Now we have that cut in half, and so now we're just going to scoop out all the seeds. I've got a little bowl and a spoon for that, and we could set them aside to toast if we wanted to. I think I will roast them and maybe just put like salt and pepper on them, just keep it simple. About 2 tablespoons, I believe, of fresh ginger grated, and then it calls for serrano chilies. We didn't have any in our grocery store, so this is just a jalapeno. Apparently that's comparable, and we're going to use about half of it and chop. So while my other veggies are heating up, I will start on this. And by heating up, I meant sauteing for 5 minutes. So I'm just going to stir these all together. Alright, I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes, and I'm going to set my timer and then work on the ginger and the jalapeno. The ginger and then the jalapeno and also the cinnamon and cocoa powder. Alright, so then we let this simmer for 5 minutes and I set the timer, and then next we are going to add in 4 cups of vegetable broth. Smells amazing. All right, and now we just let that cook until the squash is fork tender. Smells delish. And also, I did keep the scraps. There's a YouTuber that I watched that she kept her scraps and ended up making her own vegetable broth. So I think I actually might keep these and freeze them and see what I can do. So the next step in all this is all cooked and fork tender. We've put it in our food processor. Obviously, this is gonna have to be done in stages. So I'm going to pulse this and basically make a soup, and then I'll put it in this little pot here, my little enamel pot with the cutest little lid.